Hello, everybody. Carina from Break, Fear, Find Freedom, and South African Josh with our update for this week. And you know what? This is a very exciting one because it looks like we're making inroads, right, Josh? And we've got a venue, we've got a time, and of course, we've got the surprise of the other event, but that we'll leave for now, right? So, hello, Josh. How are you? Oh, South African Josh, how are you today?
You're speaking my language and my language with an accent. Oh, I'm understanding that South African accent, South African Carina. And today is a good day, thanks. I've made some good progress in the morning with the weather clearing up. This makes me feel vibrant again, like San Diego is actually coming to the party, which is great news.
Right.
Wow, our event is going to be on August 12th. And so that's going to kind of be the peak of the summer. And I think it's going to be absolutely glorious. It's going to be on 400 acres in Valley Center with a waterfall. I think we're really going to be able to lap in what Mother Nature, and particularly at her finest here in San Diego, has to offer.
Wow, I'm so excited. And we're actually going to go sneak peek. We're going to go and check out the venue next week sometime. So, just as a side note, before we continue, watch out for the next one because you are going to just have a taste of what is to come. And you don't want to miss this one. Right, Josh?
So true. It'd be cool if we could get some videos and try to integrate it into the live stream and show them some clips next time. I don't know if we can do that on this platform, but we could post little clips about the waterfall and stuff too. That'd be great.
Yes, yes, yes. We can. We can put videos on this platform,
Nice.
so we can do that. It's very cool, and we might just do some live while we're there. Why not?
True.
Just because we can, right?
Just because we can.
I know. I love it. So, Josh, we also had an event last night, which
Mhm.
we haven't really mentioned on these podcasts that we have. Tell us a bit about it, Josh, because that's your baby, really.
She's my baby, and she cries, but that's okay. And we've had her, even though there were some tears, they were tears of joy. So yeah, what it
Yes.
was an online gathering called Aslan's Way, and it was the birth of it. It was the summer solstice yesterday when the light is the highest and the brightest. And that's what we believe is happening right now, that there's fresh light dawning into the world of the mind, the world of mental health in particular. And so a gathering of about 12 of us, plus me and Devin, who were the facilitators, gathered from across the country, actually, all who are passionate about mental health. Almost all, I think all of us who've been through mystical experiences, these experiences of altered states of consciousness that put us in touch with a higher dimension that in some ways is more real than this dimension. And what we were doing was creating a safe space to share those experiences and some frameworks with which to think about them. So we explored allegory, how everything's an extended metaphor as looked at through the biblical tradition and the church fathers and Swedenborg. And then we watched a little clip from Narnia because that's an extended allegory of the Jesus story, and Aslan is the lion. And the homework was to be able to look for allegory within our own lives, like synchronicities, how these weird divine coincidences unfold. Well, that's a language that nature uses to communicate with us, that God uses to communicate with us. And so these are the kinds of patterns we're going to be looking for at our in-person events too, the messages that nature has to send from us. And then the next big kind of archetype that we explored was the hero and the heroine's journey, where you
Yes.
start in the world that you think that you know, and maybe you recognize this within your own story or within all the movies that you watch, because it's pretty much in every movie. And then there's a call to adventure, or sometimes it's a push to adventure. We cross into the world of the unknown. Now, this is not always a glorious and fun, exciting thing. When Alice
No.
found down the rabbit hole, it was stress vibes. Everything was up and down and was all topsy-turvy. So we can be pushed into this world of the unknown where there's challenges and temptations. And at almost every point, we get to the abyss, the dark cave, the cocoon of metamorphosis, where the old world that we knew dissolves. But in that cave, in the lowest moments of our life, maybe in deep clinical depression, or with the loss of a loved one, or the life that we had is suddenly stripped from us, everything can seem so dark. And yet, within that darkness is where revelation dawns. There's a death to the old self and a rebirth into a new self. And the hero or heroine returns back to the world that they left, this time bringing gifts of perspective and color and vitality. And so it's a hopeful story. It's a story that brings fresh hope to mental health and that shows that there's another part of the journey. And so that's what we're going to be exploring at our in-person experiences. What we're going to design is something like this abyss, an experience that might be scary to go into, but within it is treasure, and maybe even delectable, delicious treasures. So you got to be able to confront your fears. It's like Joseph Campbell said, the very thing that you're looking for is in the belly of the thing that you're afraid to encounter. So there's break
Yes.
fear, find freedom, Carina.
That's exactly break fear, find freedom. Who even knew, right? And I love this. For me, if you follow me on break fear, find freedom, I love synchronicities, and I watch them all the time. And I talk about the message in the clouds in my newsletter as well, where like you're walking down the street with this thing in your head, and you look up, and suddenly there's a heart or whatever it is, or an elephant in the sky, and it's just talking to you. Nature's talking to us all the time. And we were talking about a lot of this before the show, about all the synchronicities just today. So I love this. I'm looking so forward to it. It's going to be so exciting.
I agree. And I think that this is something that could be birthed in one particular space time location, but it can travel too. Like, what if what we were talking about is setting up a traveling show where we
Yes.
go up and down California or to different states, and we take this kind of experience on the road and we connect with like minded people. So, where are you guys watching from? Where do you think would be a cool place to go? Would you be down to go on like a big old road trip? Like, that'd be kind of fun.
Yes, yes. And of course, as nature has it and as synchronicity has it, I've been thinking, I was telling Josh how I've been thinking about taking break fear, find freedom onto the road. So that's exactly where we're at. We just so in sync, Josh. It must be our South African roots, right?
Everyone in South Africa is thinking about going on the road right now. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
Right. And that's exactly what we like. Mine was like this hero's journey to get here was like quite a heroine's journey. And
Yeah, yours
wow, I
was.
wouldn't change anything to be
Wow.
here right now. It's
Wow.
beautiful, beautiful.
You see, now
So,
you may not have thought that when you were in the abyss, when you were in that dark time. I know in my clinical depression, I was like, this sucks. Like nothing's going to make up for this. But only in retrospect is hindsight 2020. We
yes,
can only see
yes.
clearly in the rearview mirror.
Right. And the blessings, when you see all those blessings and you realize that even in the abyss, whoa, there's so many blessings. And I was also talking about, just before this, I was doing a recording for one of my shows, and the the my guest on the show was saying how he just overdosed on drugs. He just wanted to die. And of course, he didn't. And the gift here is like now his life is like growing and he's flowing and like he's found the love of his life and his life is just blooming. So we never really know until we actually have the courage to go through and come back out again.
So true. Yeah, I bet you guys can relate to that. I'm sure there's hard times in your guys' lives. And that message of hope and that message of not only recovery, but getting back a world that's more glorious than the one that you left is here in the human journey. And it's important. It's important in this time. And there's also ways to make money doing this kind of thing. So, as
Yes,
entrepreneurs out there, if you're listening to this kind of stuff, let's see what we can put together so that we can bring this light to the world. And the Bible says, don't muzzle the ox while he's treading the grain. In other words, if you're working for the kingdom of God, you deserve to get paid as well. And so I really
yes.
think that where there's value, there is money. And this is profound value that you could provide to people based on your lived experience. So get in touch. Let us know what kinds of things you'd want to bring to the table, or what would be amazing to fill the gaps that currently exist within the marketplace. However, the world hasn't been serving you well, that's a gap that we could create something that could fill that gap in the future and serve the next generation as well.
Yes, yes, I love that. I love that. Yes. So tell us about what you see, and let's have a discussion. Let's have a
Yeah.
conversation. Anyway, tell us in the comments on YouTube and let us know. And what do you think about taking this onto the road? Like, whoa, my mind's just percolating with so many exciting ideas.
It sounds delicious. Percolating vines. It's like got the aroma of coffee, but better.
Yeah, yes,
Vitality.
right. Vitality, chocolate.
Vitality.
Yes.
Oh, endorphins
And
and
the
dopamine.
sun's out. The sun's out. I'm so like,
Yeah,
that is
that's right.
beautiful.
So the light is
Nice.
dawning, Carina. It's awesome to be on this journey with you, and you're a light that's dawned in my life. So thanks for everything that you bring, and all of you guys who are watching. Really, thanks for being here. It's really cool that you're along for the journey. We'd love to connect, and let's take this thing to all new heights.
Yes, thank you. Oh, and thank you, Josh. It's also been such a blessing to meet you, and to just be part of your light. It's amazing. So thank you for that too. And thank you, everybody. We really look forward to even just say hi, let's do this together. Let's bring some more light into the world and just change it. It starts with us, right?
Our faces might get brighter and brighter and brighter. What?
What? I love that.
You did that. You did that. Cool. Peace out, my friend. Catch you next time.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye. See you next week. Bye.